Okay, so we are recording. So tonight, what I want to share with you guys, I know that I posted that video in the team page, and you guys were guessing what it was going to be and everything like that. So we're about to find out. Okay, so what I'm going to do tonight, now let me just tell you, I have a lot of notes tonight. I have 2 pads here in front of me, notepads, my phone's set up with notes. I've got a lot of notes, so just bear with me. If you see me and I'm looking down the whole time, that's why, okay? I'm going to try not to talk really fast so you can hear all of my information, but I want to let you know that I actually have a whole typed up thing for you guys that I am going to put into the team page after this, all about this, okay? So don't feel like, oh my gosh, don't feel like you have to unmute and scream at me to stop, okay? like I'm going too fast, because I know I already talk fast, and I'm going to try really hard not to. But just so you know, I could have said all this before I recorded, but there we go. Okay, so just a little clarification there. And I'll explain the whole thing when I said I have notes for you guys all typed up. I have a whole thing that I'm super excited about. So I'm really excited for this call. So what I'm going to do now is share my screen with you, okay? And how I'm going to do the call tonight, there we go. There you guys are. Okay, so how I'm going to do the call tonight is I have a PowerPoint here, and this is going to help me stay on track with what I want to talk to you guys about, okay? And then, like I said, I have a ton of notes here, and then I have a whole, basically it's like an outline that I'm going to share on our team page after this, all about this, and it's how I'll be answering the questions from the PowerPoint, okay? Just so you guys kind of know, it's just a way to help me stay on track and to get you guys kind of involved with thinking about this topic with me, okay? So tonight, like I said, I'm going to finally reveal the topic that I said I was going to talk to you guys about. I'm so proud of every single one of you who are on this call. I appreciate your time. So let's hop into it. Okay, so how do we build and grow a large team without having to recruit thousands of people by ourselves? When you think about the people at the top of this company, they have all of these people on their team. They've got these huge teams, but most of them, I don't know if you guys know, but most of your diamonds in the company, or your jewels even, if you ask them, different videos I've watched, they all say they roughly have about, I have a chat, hold on. I have about, feel free to use the chat if you guys have a question too. Sorry, I just wanted to check that. They normally have roughly about like 30 level 1s. So we all know that you're not a diamond if you recruit 30 level 1s, right? I mean, it takes 20 people on your team just to go gold. So how in the world are they diamond? So I am going to, let's see if this will, there it is. Okay, duplication. That is how, and that is what we're going to talk all about tonight, is how to duplicate ourselves. So when you add someone, you need to know what you're going to do with them and how do you duplicate yourself, because it starts with that very first person on your team. So I just added someone, now what? So I want to talk to you guys tonight all about duplication, kind of like a duplication 101, okay? Because doing duplicable steps is going to be the key to building a team. That is how all of these people, all of these jewels that you see have done what they've done. They have implemented a duplicatable or duplicable, whatever you want to say, system to where the people that join them on their team are able to do exactly what they do. And then they turn around and do that with the people that they then add, okay? So what happens when someone adds an ambassador to their team? That's kind of what we're going to talk about tonight, is what we need to be doing when we're adding ambassadors. Let's see, we had a ton of growth during the Freedom Special. Oh my gosh, we had so much growth. And I want to make sure that every single new person that comes onto Team Liz is given a duplicatable system where they can have success from the very get-go. I want every single person to be able to come and join our team and not ever have the excuse to say, well, I wasn't really taught, or I didn't know how to take my products. No one told me, or, I didn't feel like I was really in a community or had any relationships or anything like that. I never, oh my gosh, I never want anyone to feel that way or to say that. This is a place where we all can come, join together from different walks of life, different states. I mean, we're all in different states. It's really a cool, exciting thing. So I want everyone to come here and be told the exact same things to do, whether you are my level 1, you're my level 4, whatever it is. I want every single person to be told the exact same thing. A lot of times when people add someone to their team, they think the work is done. But I am here to tell you tonight that when you finally get that person to say yes to your message and they finally click join on your website, that your work has actually just begun, okay? It is not over. Okay, so what is duplication? Basically, you guys can think back to, like follow the leader in school. I kind of think about it that way. Like follow the leader, or kind of like dominoes. It's just a ripple effect. The first one taps the one behind it and it just goes and goes and goes and goes. And you can kind of think of it that way as far as, I'm going to do something when someone joins me. And then when someone joins them, they are going to turn around and do the exact same thing. And it's just going to go and go and go. And I want this to be something that ripples down like dominoes to our whole entire team, all the way down to a level 7, when we have that one day, when we get that deep and wide, okay? Duplication is basically making your life easier. It's giving you more time, because we cannot go out and recruit 500 level 1s. I mean, you can, but you'll be doing it for a long, long, long time. And the point of this business is not to run yourself ragged, right? I mean, we brag about plexus freedom and time freedom and financial freedom and residual income. And that is all a cause and effect of duplication. I hope you guys know it really is. When it boils down to it, it's all because they had a duplicatable system that people started to implement and really use. Okay. So, there's no point in recruiting all day when you can recruit and recruit and recruit and then get some solid workers who then turn around and recruit and then duplicate, just like you have with them, okay? All right, so why? Obviously, I just kind of went over that so you don't have to run yourself ragged. Okay, so how do I implement it? So this is where really all the info I'm going to share with you is going to be. I'm going to break it down into some steps for you, okay? Duplication, I've heard some people say, like, it should be so easy, a 10-year-old could do it. Basically, that's where I want us to be at. Our duplication system that I'm going to talk to you about tonight, I want anyone to be able to join our team, tomorrow, join our team next month, and they never heard this call. I want them to be able to join our team and still get the exact same thing that I'm telling you guys about tonight, okay? I want it to just be something that every person hears when they join our team, that they know to do this, this, and this, and then they can go do it, okay? I don't believe, if you guys know me, I don't believe in hand-holding, because that's just not me, but I do believe in having a system where it's easy to duplicate and you can be there for someone, but you don't need to hold their hand if you implement these things, okay? So duplication is as easy as 1, 2, 3. All right, so number 1, and I'll tell you, this whole all of these things that I'm going to talk to you about duplication tonight, some of it is from convention, from the training that I went to. Some of it's from some videos, some of it's from some books I'm reading right now, just some different things, okay? So I kind of took from various sources, okay? So duplication is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Number 1 is connect, okay? You are going to connect with your newbie and complete these few steps. You are going to first welcome them. So, and let me just clarify this really quickly. If you're on here, and there's a few of you on here who joined me from the beginning, and you're probably thinking, well, you didn't do this with me, and I'm here to tell you, yeah, there's a lot of you on here who started this literally with me, and you locked arms with me and did it with me when I had no idea what I was doing, and none of us knew what we were doing. So now I can look back hindsight and see, in hindsight and say, okay, now I know the importance of having a system because I did not have a system at all. I had nothing near a system. I was in the recruit mode and thought my job was done when I got them to hit join, basically, and I would talk to a few of them, but that was pretty much it. So these notes too are from trial and error by me and hard lessons I've learned. So hopefully I can prevent some of you from that, and you can start implementing this ASAP. So connect with your newbie and welcome them. What I want you to do is I want you to send them a message. And this is either if they are your level 1, which means they went to your site directly, or if they are your level 6 or 7, because if you are planning on being in this for the long run with me, you will eventually have a deep and wide team like that, right? You're going to build down to your level 7. Plexus is so generous that we get paid 7 levels deep. I mean, it's crazy. So I want you to send them a message, preferably a voice message. And this is something new that I've actually just started doing with people. And I really, really like it. I learned it from Sapphire Ambassador Melissa Martin. But you send them a voice message when they join. Again, no matter what level they are. Introduce yourself. Let them know who you are. Obviously, if they're your level 1, they already know you because they joined you. But tell them, you know, welcome them in. Just share your excitement with them. Let them hear how really, truly thrilled you are to have them join your team. I want you doing this for every single person that joins you. And now, if this is someone that you talk to on the phone a lot, feel free to call them. If you text them more, text them. But if your avenue of, you know, talking with these people is more through Facebook, I would rather you do a voice message than just write something out. But you can write something out. But again, you know, passion has a voice, and if they can hear your voice to welcome them in, I think it means a lot more to people. And introduce yourself. Okay, next, what I want you to do. So, okay, the first thing is we're welcoming them in. So still under welcome them in, I want you to then let them know that you are going to add them in to team pages, okay? Now, this is still for wholesale buyers. This is not just for workers. Even if you get someone and they're like, I do not want to work, I still want you to share how excited you are for their own journey. You know, thank you for joining me, and oh my gosh, it's so exciting that you're going to have your own journey. These products are amazing. And I still want you to add them into the team page. Make sure that you're not ever adding someone into our team pages without telling them first. Some people, to be honest with you, I had, you know, someone join me earlier in this month, and she requested I not add her into the team pages. So everyone is different. Some people they want nothing to do with that. They don't want people to know what they're doing, whatever. So please let them know, hey, I am adding you into these pages, these group pages. Basically, it is a support system. It is, you know, it's going to have info about products, some encouragement, some motivation, and it will have some business. If they're not interested in the business, just let them know. It will have a little bit of business tips. Feel free to turn your notifications off if you'd like, but I think you'd love it. It's a great support system. It will help you remember to take your products. If you ever have any questions and you can't reach me, feel free to drop a question in there, and they'll be more than, you know, people will be more than happy to help you. Most of the time, people are going to be okay with that, and they're going to enjoy it. They really are. And it's so important that you really, really add your wholesale buyers, because I will tell you, there are people on my team now working who told me when they joined, I don't want to work, okay? So don't discredit anyone. Okay, so then you are going to go to the group page and make sure you click add member first and then do a welcome post, okay? So make sure you actually click that first, so that way they're tagged in the post. Now, what I want you to do, if they are wholesale and they really aren't feeling it, at least add them into Team Liz, okay, at the very least, just to get something, because that's their closest connection, and they most likely won't know Ashley and so on and so forth. And even if they don't know me, that's okay, because it's a closer connection. Does that make sense? Now, if they're going to work, go ahead and add them into Team Liz, Ashley's team page, Jana and Amber's team page, okay, and so on and so forth. I would say probably hold off on the Journey to Gems, Sunday Superstars, and the Destination Diamond Dream Team. If any of you are on here and you're not in those, let us know in the team page after the call, and we can add you in if you'd like to be in them. For some people, it's too much. Even for some people who just want to get their products paid for, it's too much. So just kind of, I would at least do the main 3 first for everyone: Team Liz, Ashley's, and the Sparkling Slim Sisters. And then kind of see, are they working their first week? Are they really plugging in? If they are, add them to the others, because they're going to want more knowledge. I did. I wanted to be in every group there was. I wanted to know all of it, So anyways, at least add them into the team, our main team page, okay? Okay. By doing that, you're making these connections with these people. They're able to make connections with this team, and they're able to see that it's like a group, it's a community, and they're going to feel a lot more connected. Now, something else I want you to do is when you are adding people into the team pages, make sure that whether it's through the introduction or whether it is in the message to them, make sure you're explaining who these uplines are. A lot of times when they're just added in and they have no idea, they might not even have any idea who Ashley is, who Jan and Amber are. It feels really foreign to them. And if you tell them, okay, this is who this is, and I'm going to add you in. And if you don't know who somebody is, like if you guys don't know who Jan and Amber are, ask me and I will tell you, and you can, let them know. Just fill them in. It just brings a bigger connection to them. They're able to connect to those people more, and they don't feel like foreign objects. Because I'll tell you, in the beginning of my journey, I didn't really understand the pages like Journey to Gems and Journey to Gems is Alicia's, and then Sunday Superstars. I was kind of like, who are these people? And it felt very foreign. So you want them to feel like they are in a community. Make that connection, okay? Next, under Connect, I want you to send them the product info. So how to take their products, okay? For the triplex, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this video in our team page, and I'm going to pin it to the top. So that means it'll always kind of be at the top, so you guys can go back to it for knowing how to do this system when you add people. And in the comments there, I'm going to copy and paste a more revised version that I just got recently, actually, that I now send to people, okay? So if you don't have anything that you send to triplex people, which is basically what 99% of our people need to be starting on, is the triplex welcome pack, let me know. But I'm going to add that into the team page as well for you to have, okay, for your reference. So make sure that you are sending them the product info. That is so important. Now, if they order like another product, let's say they order the triplex combo plus the block or the Mega X, and you're like, well, I've never taken these. How do I tell them how to take them? In the Slim Sisters page, the Sparkling Slim Sisters, they have in the file section a whole document on all of the products on how to take them. If you can't find it, or if you still have questions, contact your direct sponsor, and then if they don't know, contact me. And most likely I have taken it. If you guys have seen my Facebook photos, I've tried every product, so I'll be able to help you with how to take it, okay? But make sure that they know how to take their products. Another thing is, I don't know if you guys know who Jennifer Pickett is, but she has amazing videos on YouTube. She is just full of knowledge, and they're short videos too. They're not very long. And she just kind of talks about the products. So that's another thing you could send them if you'd like, send them a video about the triplex and what it does and why it's so great. That'd be a great thing to do, to go that extra step for those people to get really excited, but also have realistic expectations of what's going to happen, okay? All right, and then the last thing under Connect, connecting with the newbie, you are going to schedule a training. This is really, really crucial. We have to make sure that, like I said, our job is not done when they join us. Our job really just starts, because as ambassadors, we have got to take these people under our wing, lock arms with them, and help them. We have got to make sure that they start in the best way possible. You can schedule a training in person if it's someone you're close to at home. You can do it over the phone or through a Zoom call. I have done mine all basically through a Zoom call. My main team is not here. I have a few here in Virginia with me, but the majority of my team is in Florida. And obviously I can't fly to Florida for every time someone joins my team. So schedule it however you want. I think Zoom call is the best. It's flexible. I like that you can see someone, you can kind of see their face. How are they feeling? You know, with all the information you're giving them. It's a great thing. So if this is one of your very first training calls that you're doing with someone, making that connection with your newbie, tell your sponsor and have your sponsor hop on that call with you. That way you can hear them talk about Plexus and go over this training where you don't feel uncomfortable or, you know, like you've never done this before. Because I never want anyone to feel alone, right? We're doing this all together. So if it's one of your first calls, tell your sponsor when you've scheduled it, make sure, you know, it works for them, and then you guys hop on the Zoom together, okay? Eventually, you will feel comfortable to do these on your own, which is the goal here. You know, when you can just hop on a call with your new person who has joined you and you guys can talk and do the training. So the format that I want to do for the training calls is what I'm going to talk about next. So the second thing you're going to do to duplicate is you are going to teach. And this is where we really have to make sure we're doing this, that we're teaching them. So we are going to teach our newbies so they can become equipped with everything that they need to know to be a successful Plexus ambassador. So you're going to follow these steps when someone signs up on your team after you have done step number 1 and you've made the connection. You know, you've welcomed them, you've added them in the pages, you've sent them the product info, and you've scheduled that training. You've connected. Done. Okay, number 2, you're going to teach them. So what I want you to do when you've scheduled your, let's say, Zoom call. So you are on the Zoom call now, and what you're going to do first is I want you to share your Plexus story, okay? If they already know it, that's fine. If it is, you know, if you're on a call and you ask your sponsor to hop on with you, have your sponsor share their story. But you want to start out with someone sharing their story because it's just a great way for the new person to just hear, okay, wow, this really can work. Whether it's the products that have worked for you or your sponsor or the business, you know, or both. Share your Plexus story. Okay. And then let's see. When you start building a team, you will then turn around and do the same thing with your team. Okay. So when you start to build a deep team and they start to add people, then you're going to be the one who hops on as the sponsor to get people started, sharing your Plexus story. And then your whole downline should do the same. Turn around and do it to the next person. Turn around and do it to the next person. Next, what you're going to do when you're teaching them on that call, after you've shared your Plexus story, is you're going to establish their why. Why are they doing Plexus? Help them to dig deep and really dream big. What I have asked people ever since I've come back from convention, it's something that they said, and it's just a great way to help someone establish their why. But ask them, if time and money were no object, what would your life look like? And this is a great way to, Cheryl, can you mute for me? Just getting some background noise. Thank you. This is just a great way if you ask them, you know, if time and money were no object, what would your life look like? It's just a great way to really dig deep. Help them dream big. A lot of times when people join, they're not really sure what I've had some people who just aren't really sure what their why is. Or they just think, well, I just want to get healthy, and they don't really know what else. But when I ask them this question, it really helps them dig deep to like, oh, well, I do want to help my mom out with bills, or, oh my gosh, yeah, I would love to pay off that student loan. You know, really help them dig deep with that question. You know, that's what Plexus offers us. It offers us a life of no time constraint and financial constraint either. It's amazing. So help them establish their why. I want you to, you know, tell them to write their why down. It's really important. I don't want you guys to ever skip over this step because this is going to be what you can cling to on the tough days. Network marketing is a really up and down business. It's like a roller coaster. We are up one day and then we're down, and then we're up and then somebody tells us no, or we log in and there's a white line and we weren't expecting it, or whatever. It's very up and down, and you need to have something that you can hold on to remind yourself, okay, this is why I'm doing this. This is why I am doing this, even though I'm getting made fun of, or this is why I'm doing this, even though everyone keeps ignoring me. Whatever it is, you need to have something that just keeps you going and it keeps you motivated, whatever that may be for you. Share your why with them, have your sponsor share their why with them, to give them an idea for a why and to help them really establish a solid why. Have them write it down and then put it somewhere they're going to see it every day so they don't forget. If someone says to me, I'm doing this for my daughter, I want to be able to quit my job and give my daughter a better life, then I am going to take that person very seriously and invest in them and remind them of that on the days when they decide not to show up to a training call, or the days that I notice they're not working, right? They've forgotten why they're doing this. A lot of people will say in this business that your why should make you cry. And I believe in that. It really should. I remember when I first took the time to actually write out a lengthy why, I was on an airplane and I was crying. I was like, wow, like this is the life I want, and this is what Plexus could give me. I will move mountains to get to this. So now you've established their why, so we need to put that why into action. So what you're going to do then is establish goals. So what is it that they want to accomplish in their first week? Ask them, try to talk through it with them. First 30 days, 60 days, etc. Remember that goals are supposed to be reasonable and measurable. So saying something like, what is your goal? And them saying, well, I want to be diamond, or I want the free car. That's great. I am excited that someone has that fire and can see that and see that it's attainable, but it's not a measurable goal at all at first, okay? Obviously that's a goal of mine, but it's not my actual attainable goal right now. So what's an attainable or measurable goal is how many people we talk to every single day, stuff like that, the work that we are doing every single day. Goals are something we can control, okay? So just if someone says, well, I want to hit silver in my first week, that's not quite good enough. That's a start. But then I want you to ask them, okay, well, I'm going to tell you now, how do we get there? Because those are the goals that we're going to measure your success with to help you get to silver. We can't control if someone says yes to us, but we can control how many people we reach out to every day. So if they are working to go silver, send them Timmy Yancey's video, How to Go Silver. That is how I started. That's exactly the day I joined. I watched that video. I watched it every single day until I went silver. And I know most of you on here have seen that video and you started with that video like I did. Send them that video to teach them. Sometimes when people hear something from someone other than you, because pretty much everything she says in that call is going to be what you're going to go over, it's going to just do something different. Hearing from an outside source sometimes and someone of her, status, it just helps. It just kind of reiterates everything you've said. Okay, so, and then I want you to go ahead, now that you've talked about silver, obviously, on the call with them, with what to do first, what's that first rank that they're going to be looking at is silver. Obviously, you need 3 people. So I want you to just kind of talk a little bit about the power of 3. You don't have to go into a detailed explanation, but just let them know, when you go silver, that's 3 people under you. Oh my gosh, that's a huge accomplishment. You have hit the very first rank in this company. That's amazing. Now, what you're going to need to do is basically go silver over and over and over again until you get to your final goal, right? Your end result, whatever that may be. And I don't mean, we earn the rank of silver over and over, but if you add 3 and then you keep adding 3 and then they add 3 and then they add 3, and it just is a duplicatable effect. It just goes and goes and goes. So you have a really deep and wide team. The reason it's so important to go over, hitting that first rank and, talking about silver and the power of 3 and helping them get those first 3 ambassadors and their first 3 customers, is because once they're going to receive that first paycheck and they're going to get notified that money is going into their account, they're not going to go anywhere. Or the odds are very unlikely that they're going to be leaving you, because they have got a taste of it. They understand it now more, how it works, the process, and they see that it really is in reach. Success is in reach for everyone here at Plexus. But when they get that check, or they get a bonus next Friday and they feel that, they are going to want more. Next, I want you to explain and create IPAs, so income producing activities, to try to establish a daily method of operation, or a DMO, with these people, okay? Just explain the importance. What is an income producing activity? Obviously, an income producing activity is not scrolling on Facebook. Do we schedule a training only for people who join and want to work the business? Good question, Bradley. Sorry, I'm just seeing it. Yes. I would not schedule a training with someone who tells you very clearly that they just want the products at the cheaper price. Make sure you do figure that out. But if you know for sure that they don't want to work, don't schedule a training. Just add them in the pages and send them the product info, because honestly, it's going to be a waste of your time. It's going to be a waste of their time. Time is very valuable in network marketing, and I honestly think it's a waste of time to do any kind of like a welcome call or anything. Still send them a welcome message to let them know how excited you are for their journey with the products and everything, but there's no need to do an actual call. If they change their mind later on, which they could, I've had that happen, you can then do a call with them and go ahead and schedule that with your upline. So talk about IPAs, what are they? Obviously, income producing activity is not scrolling Facebook. Make sure that they know that. A lot of people tend to fall into that trap. I have before, but it's not income producing. So under income producing activities and helping them kind of establish and create their daily method, explain to them, what is the 531? Because they're going to hear it a lot. What is 531? How do I reach out to those 5 people? Share with them. How do you reach out to someone? What is something you could say? Kind of create something with them, with what they could do to where they feel comfortable enough to turn around and right after that training call with you, go talk to 5 people. Follow up with 3. Tell them how you follow up. The importance of following up. Fortune truly is in the follow-up, guys. I am the product of Fortune being in the follow-up. If those of you on this call are kind of new and you don't know, Ashley told me about Plexus for 7 long months before I joined her. She is my sister-in-law. She is my best friend, and I still did not join her. I wanted nothing to do with it. I didn't just ignore her. I told her, no way am I doing that with you. I never want to do that. That's not me. So Fortune is in the follow-up because she kept on and kept on and kept on me. And I am so thankful she did. If she had said, okay, at the first time I ignored her or told her no, there's a good chance I could be on either someone else's team. Well, probably on someone else's team, because there are other people doing Plexus that I know. So, okay, just talk to them about that. The Fortune is in the follow-up. How do you follow up? If you use the follow-up box, tell them about it. Send them the video from YouTube that I did. Or if you have a different system, tell them about that. But you've got to teach them and just tell them how to do the 531. Don't just tell them what it is. Teach them how to do it, okay? And then the 1, obviously explain to them that they need to be training every single day. Tell them where to go for the training, YouTube, Facebook, team pages, stuff like that. Send them some of your favorite training videos. Tell them names of some of your favorite people, so that way they can, figure out who to learn from. Okay, the next thing you're going to go over on the call is making a 100 list. So some people call this their 100 list. Some people call it the Frank's list. Or some people do this chronologically, where you think, okay, who did I go to elementary school with? Who was my best friend, in the 3rd grade? Who did I ride the bus with in high school? Who was my teacher for this class? Whatever. If you can chronologically go through your life everybody has a different way of doing it. The Frank's method, they talk more about that in the welcome pack that you get, the success kit. That's a great way to do it, which I meant to bring that here and I completely forgot. But what I'm going over with here on this call, or what we're supposed to on this call, but what I want you guys to start doing when you're training your newbies is when you open up your welcome pack and it says the quick start 1 through 10, this is covering all of that. So, the welcome packs are absolutely amazing. I want you guys to plug into those. But every single thing I am teaching you now is all from the welcome pack. It's all included in here. So you're going to help them make their 100 list. You don't have to actually sit on the call when they make it, I don't think, but that's just not how I do it. I would just help them thinking, who do you know? Who do you know that could benefit from these products? And who do you know who could benefit from this business? And if they're like, well, I don't really know anyone who's in need of a lot of money, then start really digging and saying, okay, do you know anyone who could use $300 a month to cover a car payment? Oh, well, yeah. Do you know anyone in student loan debt? Yes, we probably all know a ton of people like that. You know anyone in debt, period? Yes. Okay, start asking them questions like that, really probe their thinking. Who do you know because of your kid? Who's your kid's teacher right now? Stuff like that. Get them really, really thinking to make that list, because the list is going to be where they get those 5 people a day to talk to, okay? That's going to be an organized system. It's going to really help them get started. The next thing you're going to talk to them about and teach them about is Facebook. Tell them how to use the Facebook search tool. So up at the top, you guys know where you can type in someone's name. You can type in, a Plexus product and learn a lot and get a lot of articles, testimonials, all kinds of stuff. You could type in Plexus and, a different ailment, and things are going to pop up. You can utilize all of these resources on Facebook to send to people. If you know someone that wants to lose weight, type in, Plexus weight loss or Plexus slim or Plexus triplex in that Facebook search bar, and you're going to get some weight loss testimonies. Send that to the person that wants to lose weight if you guys are talking about Plexus and they're wanting to know a little bit more. So go ahead and go over that with them. Go over the importance of posting on Facebook 2 to 3 times a day about Plexus. Go over, obviously now we have to make sure that we're letting our newbies know to be compliant. That's very important now. Something key too with Facebook is facts tell and stories sell. So if you can find a testimony, stories are really going to sell to people. Encourage them to keep posting personal stuff, finding a balance of Facebook posts and also keeping their personal posts so that way their friends don't unfollow them. Obviously, we can't control if people unfollow us. There's going to be people, guys, if you haven't already figured out on this journey, that are going to unfollow you. They're going to unfriend you. Some are going to block you. But if you just keep going, it's going to be so worth it. But you don't want to be completely puking Plexus on your Facebook page, okay? You want them to still be engaged with your life. Obviously, Plexus becomes such a big part of our lives, but keep them engaged with other things in your life too. They were your friend before Plexus. Keep them your friend after Plexus, whether they join you or not. Consistency really is key with Facebook posting. Remind them of that. Remind them of the importance of that to their Facebook audience. Teach them a little bit, if they're working full-time, you can tell them about Buffer, that great app, and then give them some great names to follow on Facebook. Tell them to add everyone from our team page. That way we can all become friends. Copy and paste everyone's posts. No one needs to feel like they're alone here or like they have no idea what to share on Facebook. There's a ton of us here. They can copy it from whoever they want, okay? So just make sure that they know all those things about Facebook. It's really, really key. Facebook has really been what I give my success to, my main source of avenue through Plexus, through getting people. So very, very important. Okay, next, I want you to encourage them to try to set up three-way calls or chats. This is a great way to get someone's business really booming. And I'll tell you, the people who are on my team on Team Liz who have gone silver the quickest. They utilized me and worked with me, and we worked together, and we did 3-way chats and 3-way calls. They are just a phenomenal business builder. They really, really are. It takes the pressure off the newbie completely. They don't really have to say anything. Me or whoever else will take over and share Plexus, and then both the newbie and the potential can learn by the way I talk about it, if it's a 3-way call you're doing with me, or by your direct sponsor if you're doing one with them, because more, a lot of you on here have already done them, and you guys are more than equipped to do them. So 3-way calls, very important. And then another thing that I think is going to be something great if people would like to do this, would be a launch party. We're kind of doing more of those online Facebook parties now. And, Ashley has always encouraged us to do those and do those and do those. And I have done them, but I need to do more, and I'm going to start doing more. And I think a team as a whole, we should start doing more. I don't know if you guys all watched that video I posted by Diamond Ambassador Tara Castaneda where she talked about events. But wow, everything she had to say about events, they are so important, and they really do a lot. So doing a launch party would be awesome, because our online script is it's done for us. It's a script, right? We just copy and paste it. It's amazing. So that's all they would have to do, and it'd be a great way for them to learn about the products with the people that come to their party in the Facebook event. And it'd be a great way just to reach out to those people. It takes the pressure off of them with what to say about the products and how do you explain Plexus and yada, yada, yada. Just invite people, tell them you want them to come, things like that, okay? Lastly, the last thing that I want you to do on the call with them when you're teaching them is to tell them, just look through the success kit and take it slow. Don't rush through this. There is a lot of information in that success kit, but at the same time, it can be overwhelming. So just tell them to start looking through it. You don't have to go through every single thing in the success kit with them. You can if you want, but that does not have to be done. Just let them know that they do need to go through it all, but not to rush through it. There's no rush to learn it all, but not knowing it all is not an excuse to not work, right? We do not have to know it all to start working well with Plexus. I mean, some of you are new on here. You might not know my story. I hit the ground running when I joined, and I went silver 6 days later. I had 2 people join my team the very day that I got my products in the mail, before I had even done my products or taken my products or anything. So you don't have to know it all. You don't have to know a whole lot at all to be successful at this. Eventually you do if you want to keep going, but in the beginning, don't let that be an excuse, and don't let fear, stop them. Use my story. Whoever, don't let them use that as their excuse that they're going to wait because they don't feel like they know enough. So anyways, do the same thing with the back office. Tell them to go through their messages that they'll have in the back office, but not to feel rushed. That can be extremely overwhelming in the beginning. The back office, there's a lot to learn. Took me quite a while to figure out all of the back office. Do that. Just encourage them to do that at their own pace, and encourage them if they want. There's YouTube videos on there already done for us. We don't have to reinvent stuff. There's things different Jules have done and paved the way before us, and they've created different videos on YouTube explaining the back office and explaining the success kit. If you want to encourage them to do that, okay? All right, and number 3. So what did I say? Duplication is as easy as 1, 2, 3. So number 3 is believe. So not knowing a lot in the beginning with Plexus is okay. That is why it's super critical to build your belief. Building belief in the Plexus products, the company, the network marketing industry, it's going to be imperative to their success, especially in the beginning, okay? By having belief, they can just hit the ground running and not even have to wait for their own story. A lot of people will tell you, well, I just want to wait for my own story. I don't have a story to share. Don't wait. You don't have to wait. By building that belief, they're not going to have to wait. This belief is also going to keep them going through the ups and downs of this roller coaster ride, in our industry that I talked about. Something that they told us at convention that I just couldn't love more was belief doesn't come from success. Success comes from belief. When you guys think about all these diamonds who have made it to the top and we've watched their diamond documentaries, guys, they had belief in this company and in our products well before they were diamond. And that is what got them to become a diamond ambassador, was because they believed. They didn't start believing all of a sudden because they had success and because they were diamond. No way. They were able to become diamond ambassadors because they believed in the company so much they wanted to share it with every single person that they came into contact with. Your belief has got to come before your success. So help your newbie build their belief, because they're not going to be able to do this on their own, okay? So here is how you are going to teach them to build their belief and really help them build their belief through these few steps here. Being a product of the product. So once they start taking their Plexus products and they start feeling it for themselves, they are going to believe, they're going to hopefully have great success, feel how amazing these products are, keep checking in on them and making sure that they're taking them correctly, drinking their water and stuff like that. Remind them too, being a product of the product, they don't have to be a product expert. We have a lot of products. That's what those great cards in the welcome pack are for. Keep those in your purse. Take them with you. You don't have to know it all about the products. You really, really don't. Just take the products yourself, and over time, you will have your own story about the products to tell people. The next thing you can do to help them build their belief is use someone else's story. Send them a video of your upline story. If that's me, ask me for one, or I'll send them a message, something, to help build their belief that this can happen. It's attainable. Do that. Send them your upline story. Send them a diamond documentary. Encourage them to go to YouTube and look at the Plexus Worldwide channel and start looking through those diamond documentaries. Start looking through testimonies on Facebook, on YouTube. There's a ton of amazing YouTube videos that are testimonies that leave me in tears still to this day of how Plexus has totally changed our lives. Hearing someone else's success really just builds their belief, like, wow, these products really, really do work. And this business really does work. Maybe it could happen for me too. So encourage them to read, watch, or listen to a few testimonies every week within their first month, just so they can build that unshakable belief in Plexus. Next, talk about the team pages with them. Tell them, plug into the team pages. They're really important. Stress it to them, because that will be a great place for them to go to learn. They'll be able to learn with the posts that are done in all the team pages. They're going to be able to find their power partner, friends, make relationships. Their belief will soar even more when they are able to just make these connections in the team pages. Cheryl, can you mute for me? Thank you. So the team pages are wonderful. Great way for them to learn. Team calls are great too. I remember one of my very first team calls, just seeing other faces, other ambassadors all come together to learn together was just powerful for me. And I was thought, wow, this really is the real deal. This is great. So very important just to have a sense of community. Diamond documentaries I talked about. Something great to do is to send them kind of a little list of some names of your favorite people who you follow on Facebook, who you watch their YouTube videos, their diamond documentaries, whatever it is. Send them some names of people to follow and people to learn from. And this is going to be great to build their belief, because those people have already had that success. They're getting to see the product of, really holding out and really climbing to the top of this company and just not giving up. And they're going to be able to hopefully see themselves there one day. Events is the last thing that I want to talk about when it comes to building your belief. Anytime that Plexus has an opportunity call, you know, when we see these calls shared on Facebook, I want you guys to go to them. I still go to them. They are so empowering still to me to this day. And they still make me just believe even more. And I just fall more and more in love with this company and this amazing opportunity we have. Go to those opportunity calls. If there's an opportunity event near you where they're sharing Plexus, go to it. To be in a room with other ambassadors is the most powerful thing, one of the most powerful things I have ever experienced. I will tell you, convention left me speechless. I cried my eyes out during the training ceremonies and everything like that. I mean, there really aren't any words I can think of to describe to be in a room with almost 12,000 other people who are like-minded like you, who have the exact same goal in mind. You know, you want to get to the top of this company, who are in love with this business and in love with these products. It's like nothing else. So if there is an opportunity event near you, go to it. A training near you, a day training, go to it. Do your best to do whatever you can do to get there. Things like that. And I want you guys, I hope some of you are reaching for Leaders Retreat. And if you don't make that, that's okay. But I hope that that's a goal of yours. It's attainable for everyone. And, you know, next convention next year, you all better be there with me. I want you all there with me. It was the most powerful thing. So events, you know, plug into events, whether they're online or in person. Just it's a great belief builder, okay? So let's see, your next steps to duplication success. So I just went over, you know, duplication is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Your next steps is just to keep in touch with them regularly. Give them homework. So, you know, talking about the 5-3-1, making sure they're doing that, making sure they're Facebook posting and building their belief, making their list, and etc. Just don't forget about them. That's really key. We can't forget about them. After their first week, I want you to schedule another time to meet with them within a week, like 2 with them. So after you guys have met, schedule that training for like about another week out and see, you know, how did you do? How did you feel? Troubleshoot with them. How did their first week go? Things like that. Go over those IPAs, the DMO, their goals, their list, etc. And then that's when I want you to show them the comp plan and go over that. Some people might want to know the comp plan right off the bat in the very beginning, and that's great. I've had some people who wanted to know right off the bat. But from what I have learned in while I've been doing this, showing the people the full comp plan when they first join you is too overwhelming. I did that with people in the beginning, and it was way too much for them. It was a big turnoff. So the following week, go ahead and tell them, all right, now, you know, let's talk about how you're going to get paid. Or if you already, you know, had success in your first week and they went silver, you know, let me show you what you're going to get paid and why. That'd be great. Go get on a Zoom with them and go over all of the comp plan in great depth. They could have already learned a little bit about it if they went through their welcome pack, because we have a whole thing in our welcome pack about the compensation plan, and it's wonderful. Very informational. But if they don't understand, or maybe they haven't gotten to that quite yet when you meet with them again, that's okay. Go ahead and go over the full comp plan with them. If you are not comfortable explaining the comp plan just yet, have your sponsor hop on. Ask me to hop on if I'm your sponsor, okay? And you know, that way you'll be able to also learn how to talk through the comp plan, and then hopefully your next call you can then turn around and walk your next ambassador that you get to join your team through the compensation plan, okay? So that is just kind of what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. That's kind of the steps to duplication. And let's see, I'm going to show you guys. Do you guys have any questions? I'm going to show you what I'm going to put into our team page. So this is the agenda. I've made like a duplication agenda here of what I want you to do. Easy as 1, 2, 3, and I've got all the steps. It looks like a lot, but it's really not. You guys already know it. It's just reminders. So I'm going to put this in the team page. I'll go ahead and stop my share. That will be put into the team page, and I'll post this video into the team page, the recording, pin it to the top. So now you know in the file section that agenda will be in there. So when you get somebody, when you sign somebody up on your team, save that, open that up, go ahead and save it now, print it, whatever, save it to your phone, save it to your desktop, have it to where when someone joins you, you can pull that up and check through and make sure that you are doing all of these steps, that we are setting everyone up for success. It's really crucial to building all of our teams, is to not leave anyone behind. No ambassador left behind. I'm from the teaching world, no child left behind. Okay, so anyways, that's really important. So I'm going to put that in the team page, and if you guys have any questions about it, let me know. We'll be able to talk in there. So does anyone have any questions at all about duplication or anything that I talked about tonight? I'm going to go ahead and stop recording.